This is a true story about how one railroad built a diamond crossover, crossing another railroad without their consent. I'll be using the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad as a stand-in because I don't remember the name of the railroad that actually did this. And I'll be using Pennsylvania Railroad as the stand-in for the railroad they crossed without consent. So, this railroad was building their line when they came across another railroad that they had to cross to get to their destination. Hey, we'd like to build a diamond crossover crossing your railroad. Is that okay? No, we do not wish to share our property with another railroad. You're going to have to find another way around. The owner wanted to make sure no one ended up building a diamond crossover over his railroad, so he came up with a plan. This plan consisted of building a siding, not a big one, just large enough to store a locomotive. They placed a steam locomotive in the path the other railroad was trying to use, just to make sure their path was completely blocked. Let's see them build a diamond crossover right now. They didn't give up yet, though. They still had plans to build a diamond crossover one way or another. Whenever the railroad had a train that needed to use this section of track, they would move the steam locomotive into the siding for temporary storage. Then they would flip the switch and wait for the train to come. Our railroad is far too busy to be crossed by your railroad. We can't have you slowing us down. They would then move the locomotive back, blocking their path. Haha, let's see you build a diamond crossover past this. Don't worry, we will. Alright, men, we are going to build a diamond crossover here whether they like it or not. Our first goal is to get rid of that steam locomotive. That night, they climbed aboard the steam locomotive and beat up the driver, and then they tied him up and dragged him into the signal tower where he was tied to a chair. They then moved the steam locomotive out of their way. They then got to work building the diamond crossover. First, they removed some of the existing track. Then they moved the diamond crossover into position and reattached the tracks to it. And then they got to work working on their own tracks. Success! They managed to build a diamond crossover over this railroad and could now reach their destination. When the railroad came by the next day and found out what happened, they were furious. They ended up suing the other railroad for crossing theirs without permission, but ended up losing the case anyway. This has been a frog war.